What is up, fellas? We finally have some Black Ops 4 information. We have a lot to talk about in today's video, so I'm not even going to waste your time. We're going to get right into it. Here's how it's going to work. I have divided my notes into 4 categories, which are general, multiplayer, zombies, and battle royale. We're going to go through each one by one, talk about a few major points. I'm going to give you a quick opinion on them, then we're going to move on. So let's start with the general stuff. First thing is that there is no campaign in Black Ops 4, and this has finally been confirmed. There were rumors going around for a while saying this, so I don't think a lot of people are very surprised by it, but nonetheless, it is confirmed. For me, personally, I don't really have a problem with this. I would rather them dump all of their resources into multiplayer and zombies because that's what most people play. I think it's a little bit sad to see campaign go, but when you really think about it, for me personally at least, I think the idea of campaign is more important than actually playing the campaign. For me, I generally avoid playing the campaigns for a while just because I could better spend that 5 or 6 hours playing multiplayer, getting rewards, leveling up, and doing all that stuff. I completely understand why they did this. I agree with it. I know not everybody else agrees with it, but it's okay with me. Second, Call of Duty is going to be available on Battle.net, which is pretty interesting and really, I think, kind of long overdue. Battle.net is the home to all Blizzard games, and more recently, the Activision game Destiny 2. I think it makes sense that they put it on there just to keep all their games in one place. The game is not going to be simply ported to PC, but it's going to be completely rebuilt from the ground up by a whole nother studio, which is Phoenix. They've done other work on other Call of Duty games, but this is their sole focus right now. I think that's a good thing. I can't see anything wrong with that. It almost makes me want to buy the game on PC, but I don't know if it'll come to that. Okay, next thing on the list is PlayStation exclusivity. Again, not really a big shocker. I kind of saw this coming. I think everybody else did too. No need to really talk about that. Next, we got confirmation that the time period of this game takes place between Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, so somewhere in between 2025 and 2065. They don't say exactly what year, so it's a slightly / maybe fully futuristic game. I think this is what people were expecting. It's certainly what I was expecting, although I didn't think it was going to be as futuristic as it was, but it's nowhere near on the level that Black Ops 3 was. Personally, I was hoping that it would take place between Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, but hey, what are you gonna do? Next, if you pre-order the game, you will get access to the private beta. This is not really a surprise, it's pretty standard. This has been happening for like the last few CODs. I think since Black Ops 3 is when they started doing betas again, so it's no surprise. If history is any track record, then Weekend 1 will be private beta and Weekend 2 will be public, because they usually open it up. One thing I want to mention about pre-ordering real quick that I haven't seen many people talk about, so this might be a unique take. I went and checked out the pre-orders and the prices, and I did not see any like season pass, DLC, this edition, that edition type of stuff. It was only the standard edition for $60, so I don't know if that's usual. I haven't really paid attention in the past. You guys could tell me down in the comments, but just doing a little speculation, maybe that means that they're going to do away with that outdated DLC model that they always do by splitting up the player base. Maybe free LC? Who knows? We'll see what happens with that, but just something to note. And the last thing under my general notes is that the developers and Vaughn said that the game has the most replayability that they've ever made in a game and that it's built to last for years. That's probably just standard marketing speak, but maybe it could mean something else. Who knows? Black Ops 3 had a very good lifespan and is still very popular today, so maybe they took what they've learned from Black Ops 3 and applied it to this game. We'll see how that plays out. Alright, so that about covers it for general notes. Moving over to zombies, and guys, if you watch me or have been watching me for a while, you know that I am not a very big zombies player, so this is going to be really short and quick. It looks like there's going to be 2 different zombies mode. One is in like an ancient Rome / gladiator type of setting, and the other one is on like a Titanic type of setting, which is pretty cool. It's a brand new story. I don't know. I think it looks really cool. I'm definitely going to try it out. My usual habit with zombies is that I try it out for like 2 or 3 hours and then I pretty much never play it again. And a lot of people comment on my videos, why don't you do zombies content? And the answer to that is because I just don't really know anything about it, and I'm sorry for that, but I'm just really not interested in it. But zombies, guys, let me know what you think about this down in the comments below, because I have a lot to learn about zombies, and I pretty much know nothing, so anything that you could say is valuable to me. Next, I want to talk about multiplayer. So, there is a lot to say in this department. Let's start with the specialists. Specialists are returning. There's 8 of them. There's a few returning from Black Ops 3, such as Ruin, Seraph, Firebreak, and who's the other one? Battery. And then there's some new ones. Crash, Ajax, Recon, Torque, and that's it, 8 total. There's an image out there floating around on Charlie Intel of all the specialists and what they do. If you guys want, I will do a video on it, let me know, but if not, you could just go look it up for yourself. But as far as specialists go, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of disappointed to see them return. I had a lot of fun with them in Black Ops 3, but I kind of feel like it's like participation trophies and giving people what are essentially free kill streaks, really powerful weapons that can one-shot you. I think it's really annoying to get killed by them, especially when you're on a streak, but they're back. It's not that big of a deal. We'll deal with them. They said that a lot of the ones that are returning from BO3 have like modified abilities and stuff now, so we'll have to wait and see what the gameplay says for that. So I'm a little bit disappointed, but honestly, I kind of expected it to happen, so it's whatever. Next, League play is returning. I never really played that back in the day. A lot of the people who are into competitive said it's really good. I'm happy for them. Every year I tell myself I'm going to try to get into competitive COD with the new title coming out, but I never even end up touching it, so I'll probably never play it. Next, this is a big one. The health regeneration is no longer automatic. You have to manually hit a button to heal yourself after being shot, just like you have to reload your weapon after shooting. At first, I was kind of like scratching my head like, what are they thinking when I heard this? But once I really thought about it, here's how I view it now. I think that this could actually speed up gameplay and make things go faster because you no longer have to wait for your health to regenerate before re-engaging other enemies. If you're hiding behind a corner, you used to have to wait like 3 to 5 seconds in order to heal. Now the way you do it is that you just hit a button and you're automatically healed again. It's new, it's interesting. I think it's going to be a little hard to get used to, but I think we're going to end up really liking this feature actually. I don't know, it's going to be a controversial one. Next, oh yeah, this one probably should have been first for multiplayer, but it is boots on the ground. There are no thrust packs, there's no double jumping. The only type of advanced movement there is in this game is sliding, and I think that was a great idea. I think that is the absolute perfect balance between boots on the ground and advanced movement. 2 thumbs up from me. Next, we got some big time changes to multiplayer. Here's one. It's no longer 6v6, it is now 5v5. I'm not too sure about how this is going to go over. If anyone plays Destiny, you'll remember that they switched Destiny PvP from 6v6 to 4v4. People loved the idea of it at first, and then they absolutely hated it, and they ended up reverting it back to 6v6, so I don't know about this. We saw 2 major kill streaks in the trailer. One was dogs, which is amazing, and the other was like a mothership / chopper gunner type of thing, which looked pretty good. Next, something completely new to Call of Duty, there are designated recoil patterns on each weapon, which is pretty interesting. I'm not exactly sure that this is a change that we wanted, but we got it. I don't know, I'm pretty indifferent about it, to be honest. I think it's mainly geared towards the competitive players, but I suppose it'll also help us become better with our weapons of choice and stuff like that. So there are some other lesser details of multiplayer, but I think I'm going to talk about them in a separate video. But overall, my final thoughts about multiplayer are this. It's definitely more futuristic than I was expecting, and I think it's going to be a little bit Overwatchy. It seems like there was a lot of emphasis on teamwork and piecing your team together correctly. Basically, the vibe I got from it was a futuristic blend of Black Ops 3, Overwatch, and Rainbow Six Siege. And I'm not going to lie, that scares me just a little bit. See, one of the reasons I've always liked COD is because you don't have to depend on a team. You could go into a game solo and pretty much do well on your own. Even if you don't win, you could still perform well. But now they're putting all this emphasis on teamwork. I just don't know. I'm sure it's going to be fine, but I'm just a little bit worried about it. And also, I don't know why. I don't know if this is just me. You guys let me know if you've seen this too, but the game just kind of looks like Infinite Warfare to me for some reason. I don't know if it was built on the same engine or something, but something about it just reminds me of IW. Not necessarily something you want to be saying. But to sum up my thoughts about multiplayer, I'd put it like this. I am somewhat excited for it, but I'm more anxious for it, and I want to see some regular raw gameplay, which we're going to get to see tonight, by the way, from the YouTubers that were invited out. I want to see that regular uncut game footage instead of the short snippets that we got to see during the event. There was a lot going on in those clips, and it gave me kind of mixed feelings. It made me think that the game was going to be overly complicated, and I think I'll be reassured once I see some regular gameplay. And last thing, I think the multiplayer is going to end up being a great experience, but we're just going to have to get used to it, just like we did in Black Ops 3. Now, finally, let's talk about Battle Royale. So they are adding a Battle Royale game. They're going to be calling it Blackout. It's going to take place on a map that is 1,500 times the size of Nuketown, and according to Vaughn, it's going to feature all of our favorite characters, weapons, and pieces of former Black Ops universe maps, and include zombies content. Also, there will be vehicles including land, air, and sea, and those will be from the Black Ops universes as well. So basically what Blackout mode is going to be is a blend of the entire Black Ops universe all placed into one big Battle Royale map. They're going to take all the iconic locations from all the previous Black Ops maps and plop them down onto one canvas, and we're going to scavenge our way through it and try to be the last person or team standing. This sounds to me absolutely amazing. I really, really like the idea of this. And if you've watched my previous videos about COD Battle Royale, you know that I was not a supporter of it at all, but once I heard this really changed my mind a lot, I'm not gonna lie. I think not only is it going to be fun and feel really good and really smooth, but it's going to change the Battle Royale landscape, because this is the first officially announced AAA Battle Royale title coming out, and I think it's really gonna shake things up a lot. However, it has to be good, man. It really has to be good if it wants to compete with the other 2 games that are out right now, on top of the god knows how many other games that are coming out. Like, if this doesn't have 100 players at least on launch, it's gonna get laughed right off the market, I'm telling you right now. Now, there's rumors going around saying it's going to be 140 players, which would be absolutely amazing. Some guys on Reddit counted the dots on the trailer or something like that, and that's why they got this number, but if that was the real number, that would be great. Overall, as far as this Blackout mode goes, it sounds very promising. It's a great idea. We're going to wait and have to see how they execute it, though. But I'm definitely probably a little more eager to try this out than the multiplayer, I'm not gonna lie. Whew. That was a lot to talk about, guys. Now, I've already shared my opinion with you. I want to hear from you. What do you think about this? There's a lot of information to take in, and I've seen a lot of split feelings on both sides of the aisle, on Twitter and on Charlie Intel and other places online. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Guys, thank you for watching. I tried to make the video as short as I possibly could. If you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up on it, as it'll really help the channel out. A huge thank you to all the normal supporters here on the channel. You guys know who you are. You're the coolest dudes ever. Thank you so much for your support. I would not be doing this without you. If you're new, make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all things going on with Black Ops 4, as well as bringing you Call of Duty content from all titles, both current and past. And follow me on Twitter, so that way you can know when we're going to be streaming. Guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.